Montana Governor Steve Bullock unveils one of the most ambitious coronavirus reopen plans in the nation. What he's proposing, coming up.
According to Governor Bullock, on May 7th, schools across the state of Montana have the option of reopening. I'm Cody Boyer in Bozeman, talking with the Bozeman superintendent on how there is more to it than that.
And we are just ahead of 6:30 now back here on Montana This Morning. Caitlin Corbett, Chet Lehman, and Matt Elwell. We talked about it a bit earlier. It might be a good day to just stay in your pajamas if you've already been in them for a few weeks and just sit inside, watch a movie because we're going to have some rain.
You know, now that you say it, Chet and I have had the discussion. We think that there should be a pajama day on Montana This Morning. I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
We'll get a hold of you.
Yes, I agree. I totally support that.
I mean, who's going to stop us, right?
I'll bet just below that camera, she's probably wearing hers right now.
Exactly.
We'll never know.
Temperatures.
You never know.
Temperatures this morning into the 40s. It does look like we're going to have some pajama weather today. Temperatures not warming up dramatically. We do have some rain showers showing up on satellite and radar. Not a lot in southwest Montana. That's not a shock. We don't get a lot of low-level coverage, and that's what all of our rain showers would be at this point in the day. May see some heavier downpours later this afternoon that could include a rumble of thunder. We'll talk more about your complete forecast, of course, coming up in just a little bit.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. Time now 6:31. Montana will begin a phased-in reopening of the state beginning next week as COVID-19 restrictions are gradually lifted.
Yeah, Governor Steve Bullock said the plan is designed to mitigate the risk of COVID-19 resurgence while protecting vulnerable populations. Montana has the lowest number of confirmed cases and COVID fatalities per capita in the entire nation. Now, Governor Bullock said it was only through the work and sacrifices of all Montanans that the reopening is possible at this time.
This has not been the result of the actions of a few, but rather the effort of all of us as Montanans. In so many ways, we have stood together in the face of this crisis.
Now, even though the stay-at-home order is being partially lifted, Governor Bullock stressed this is not a time to celebrate. During phase one of the reopen plan, people are still asked to use social distancing, practice good hygiene, not gather in groups of 10 or more, and wear a mask at grocery stores. The governor's travel restrictions from other states will also now remain in effect.
And one of the big questions during the stay-at-home directive has been, what about public schools? When can school doors open once again? MTN's Cody Boyer listened in on the governor's update and then sat down with the Bozeman Schools superintendent right after to hear his take on the situation.
In his press conference, Governor Bullock said that all schools across the state will have the option to reopen their schools to in-class education. But there are some exceptions, and according to Bozeman Public School Superintendent, there's a lot of thought that has to be in the next move.
We may well be facing these same issues next fall when school starts.
It is a process. It's not a slam dunk.
Bozeman Public Schools Superintendent Bob Connors watched Governor Bullock's live feed closely. The governor says on May 7th, schools will be allowed the choice, opt to keep teaching remotely or reopen with rules. In hours, Connors says his email inbox filled to triple digits.
How are we going to control whether we come back? Do we come back?
Emailed questions ranged from all sizes, including graduation.
Obviously, gathering is a different animal. We have 508 seniors. That looks different than a school district that has 60 seniors graduating.
He adds the same decision for smaller schools will also weigh differently in another way.
In a smaller school, it's going to be a lot easier to get masks and the temperature gauges.
Connor says if the decision weighs on not going back, the board will have to declare a local emergency in order to address days missed.
Do we have enough aggregate hours in our directive that would allow us to close down schools, but yet have the teachers work through their contract.
But again, student count matters.
Fair is what's fair for those people involved in that particular decision. So what is fair for Bozeman is going to look entirely different.
For parents and teachers alike, Connor says what they deem is safe matters as well.
And it's very emotional on both ends. You know, we need to get back. We don't need to be back.
In Bozeman, Cody Boyer, MTN News.
Connor says school staff held a AA meeting and board leadership meeting already yesterday, with a board meeting slated for next Monday to discuss the possibilities of whether to reopen or not. So all public school districts in the state do have the option to reopen on May 7th. It'll be up to districts to decide on their own policies for cleaning, social distancing, class sizes, and graduation ceremonies. You can see more of those details by visiting our website.
6:35, here's the update. 2 more people died of coronavirus in Montana in the last 24-hour reporting period. According to the State Health Department, 1 death was in Flathead County, the other in Toole County. That brings the total number to 14 who have passed away. Just 2 new cases to report yesterday to bring our total to 439. Currently, 13 people are in the hospital, 296 have recovered. Gallatin County stays at 145 cases, Silver County at 11. Almost 11,600 tests have been completed.
And according to the Montana Department of Labor and Industry, self-employed, contract, and gig workers can receive unemployment benefits. MTN's Alexia Gallo looks at how those benefits will be calculated, how to apply, and when the money could arrive in bank accounts.
Self-employed individuals such as gig economy workers can now file unemployment claims. The new Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, which follows under the CARES Act, was created to provide unemployment benefits to those originally not eligible. Claimant benefits are calculated based on the self-employed individual's 2019 net income or 1099 forms. They are also eligible for the additional $600 a week stimulus benefit payment.
Well, we understand that so many small business owners and independent contractors that work for small businesses have been affected by the coronavirus or by COVID-19. And traditionally, these people have not been covered with any benefits.
Those who qualify may be eligible to receive payments backdated to the week of March 15th, consistent with local or county restrictions, school closures, and stay-at-home directives. The Department of Labor and Industry says payments should be issued within 10 days of being approved for benefits.
And we've received numerous emails from people that are self-employed or independent contractors. And I'm just very happy that the CARES Act does provide this benefit.
MontanaWorks.gov is the website for traditional unemployment benefits. The Department of Labor and Industry created a whole new web portal for those who wish to apply for the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance. That website is mtpua.mt.gov. In Helena, I'm Alexi Guayo, MTM News.
And those without internet or who just have questions regarding the PUA can call the newly created PUA phone line at 406-444-3382.
Well, despite the economic bailout, major airlines are not making it easy for customers to get cash refunds. An investigation by several senators found airlines are offering cash refunds only when they are the ones to cancel the flight. It's a requirement by the Department of Transportation. But when it comes to customer who cancels the flight, most of the carriers are offering travel vouchers instead. Only 2 airlines, Allegiant and Spirit, are offering refunds to passengers who proactively cancel their own tickets. Most airlines also refuse to share how much money is returned and how much in vouchers is issued. Based on one airline's figures, senators estimate airlines are sitting on more than $10 billion, that's with a B, billion dollars in customer cash that many Americans need right now.
It's clear what the game is here, and it is a game. What the airlines are doing is making you jump through hoops. They're making it very difficult. So they're hoping that you're not going to be persistent.
By the way, Consumer Reports lobbied from the beginning to include provisions for cash refunds on the first bailout bill, but it wasn't included. The consumer group also started a petition demanding cash refunds that you can sign. So far, Consumer Reports says people are asking for the cash and staying persistent are getting it. Consumer Reports plans to press for further action.
Just ahead of 6:39 now, while the coronavirus has created new challenges for businesses around the world, it's also prompted innovation. In Finland, one supermarket is relying on new technology to help keep customers safe. CBS's Ian Lee reports.
At this grocery store in Finland, the fight against the coronavirus is getting a hand, or rather, handle. One company has created a new way to open refrigerator doors. If necessity is the mother of invention, this is COVID-19's latest child, says Kalle Sarima.
They started to brainstorm how could we contribute to solving this crisis. So then we came up with the idea to come up with this product of handle.
Each handle is created by a 3D printer from recycled plastic. The invention helps cut down on touching, making everything hands-free. That's important, as health experts say the coronavirus can live on a surface for days. So far, the handles are a hit.
This is a good invention, very good, helpful. I think everybody likes this, you know.
A new way to shop that prevents customers from taking anything extra home. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
European hospitals also working to make their doors hand-free. Some have begun using similar handles or hooks to avoid touching doors while caring for patients. We're going to take a break now, but when Montana This Morning comes back, some say we do, some say we don't. States across the country split over plans to restart the economy. Coming up, where reopening is set to begin and where the stay-at-home orders remain. But first, here's a look at what's ahead on CBS This Morning at 7.
Ahead on CBS This Morning, here surprising details from an emergency room doctor who chronicled the 10 days he spent in a New York hospital. Plus, in our financial fallout series, the options people have when they not only lose their jobs, but their health insurance as well. Also, we talked to a sleep specialist about how to process the very strange dreams many of us are experiencing during this pandemic. And first on CBS This Morning, Gloria Estefan on remaking one of her most popular songs to help all of us get through what are definitely challenging times. We'll see you at 7.